Lawmakers are tonight on a mad dash to the finish line now. They have just over a month now to wrap up their work as the legislative session ends on May 12th. And we're learning more now about movement on two big issues in Jefferson City this past week. In tonight's political news, Missouri Net News Director Brian Houseworth shares information for us from the state capitol. Brian, thanks for joining us once again here on our broadcast. Let's start by talking about the prescription drug monitoring program efforts there in Jeff City. Big movement this week with regard to the one state lawmaker who's been in long opposition to this issue. He threw up the white flag and said he's not going to oppose this anymore. What does that mean for this bill moving forward and for Holly Rader's efforts to get this thing passed?
David, first of all, it's great to be with you. And two things. Number one, it was a stunning announcement. What it basically means is that Senator Schaaf is going to drop his opposition. He's going to drop the threat of a filibuster. But it's a huge, huge win for the supporters of this: the Missouri Pharmacy Association, the Missouri Grocers Association, Chamber of Commerce, and law enforcement. And that bill was heard in a Senate committee today. Look for that to pass fairly quickly and move on to the Senate floor. This is a huge development. Another big topic up in Jeff City this week has been regarding a new proposal that would basically help Missourians who are adults without a high school diploma go back to a program, get their high school diploma, get some job training. Talk about this new effort with the Goodwill Industries. Yeah, it's MERS Goodwill. I covered a hearing, David, in the Senate Economic Development Committee on Tuesday. And basically it does this. It's 4 adult high schools that would be created in the state of Missouri. Basically what Representative Fitzwater and Senator Wasson say is that we have 500,000 Missourians in the state that do not have a high school diploma, that are badly needing work. 375,000 of them, according to the sponsors, are on food stamps and have children that they lack skills. So these are adult high schools. You'd have to be 21 or older to go to these. Their idea here is that they'll be able to get a skill, whether it's welding or working in any type of establishment, and be able to become a productive, tax-paying citizen. Child care will be provided, which is something that the sponsors say is absolutely critical because, again, most of them do have children. And again, Houseworth says there's also great expectations now that lawmakers will pass a Real ID fix and Haley's Law before the session wraps up. Real ID, of course, passed the House recently. It's now on the Senate. Could see a vote on that in the next couple of weeks. Haley's Law, of course, would speed up Amber Alerts in Missouri. It passed the House. It's now in a Senate committee. Houseworth says the only hurdle on both of these is time because they both have to be complete before the session ends coming up on May 12th.
Well, the St. Louis Zoo